You know, there are many cases where I've seen students who have been offered admission, but who have not been able to take their places in university because their families simply cannot afford to pay the fees. There was a case of a medical student in Upper East region who was working on the farm. He had passed with A's throughout, and he was called to medical school. But he was on the farm with his parents and couldn't go to take up his admission because he couldn't afford the fees. There are many other students like that. You think 2,500 cedis or something is small. For some families to be able to put 2,500 cedis together is a real struggle. And so we don't want, especially in the first year, when the students are coming in for the first time, for them to go through what we call fee stress. And that's why we call it a no-fee stress policy. And so we're saying that we can absorb the academic facilitator fees, but it will not affect the subventions of government to the universities and institutions of higher learning. The subvention from government has kept declining. We're going to increase the subvention, but apart from that, we're going to make sure that the university gets their subvention on time so that they can balance their budgets. And we've costed it. And we approximate that for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions, it should cost anywhere between 270 to about 290 million Ghana cedis. Let me tell you something. The president, a few years ago, his travel budget for traveling in 9 months amounted to 69 million Ghana cedis. They held one cabinet retreat at the presidency, one cabinet retreat. You know how much it cost? It cost almost 5 million Ghana cedis for a cabinet retreat. There is so much waste in the system. And even if you look at the Office of President budget alone, you'll be able to cut to raise enough money to pay fees, academic facility user fees for all level 100 students. Because that thing you see there, when you go to Accra, the building, it's called the Office of the President. You know the budget? 2 billion cedis every year. 2 billion cedis. It's even now that IMF has come, they've cut it down. At a point, it used to be 3-point-something billion cedis every year. Fee stress of our students who are coming first year into university, I think that it can be done. And it is constitutional, because let me read the constitutional provision to you. Just the same way free SHS was done. It says here in Article 25 of the 1992 Constitution, it says that higher education shall be made equally accessible to all on the basis of capacity by any appropriate means, and in particular by progressive introduction of free education at the tertiary level. It's here. It's in the Constitution. So just absorbing those fees, I think that we can do it by cutting down on waste and cutting down on corruption. We spent $58 million to dig a pit, the most expensive pit in the world. $58 million could have more than paid the fees of all first years. And so it can be done, and we'll do it.